You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports, and one thing we have been covering on this channel, of course, we're keeping tabs of all the woke social justice narratives in the NFL, but there's been a particular team in the Pittsburgh Steelers that's had all kinds of drama in the last 2 weeks, really. The Steelers came together as a team, we thought, to honor Antwon Rose. What we later discovered was, no, Antwon Rose was a name that was handed down from management and Mike Tomlin to the players for them to put on the back of their helmets. And then the only person that decided not to do that was Alejandro Villanueva, who decided to put a prior fallen Army vet on the back. Highly commendable, by the way. And then news started trickling out. Antwon Rose, who was supposed to be a victim of police brutality, we found out, may have actually committed a drive-by shooting. Well, we found out Marquise Pouncey is a big back-to-blue guy, does work in Florida and in Pittsburgh with the police. He come out and said, whoop, won't be doing that again. Mika Fitzpatrick said, wait a minute, he's the one that dropped dime on management and said, they didn't tell us, they just gave us this name and said, this is the guy we're going to be celebrating all year. And I understand it is on the players ultimately to look into it. But we also have to remember, when we're dealing with a multi-billion-dollar sports franchise that literally will investigate and talk to somebody's junior high teachers before drafting them, do you expect your team to have vetted the person you're putting on the back of your helmet? Absolutely. I do. I absolutely believe that is a huge failure by the team. These teams think of everything. I mean everything. They dot the I's, cross the T's, and they had a total fall-on-your-face failure when it came to Antwon Rose Jr. and not disclosing who this guy is. You would think all of that would have been pre-vetted before that name ever got handed down to those players. But at the end of the day, it is ultimately on the players. So players came out and just said, no, we're not celebrating criminals. And look, once they found out who the guy was, it's commendable that they have come out and said, no, not going to do it. We have Marquise Pouncey that honored a police officer. Fantastic stuff. Again, players are starting to push back a little bit on this woke narrative we've got. Well, something that I found very interesting was a poll that a story from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette just came out with, and it targeted Steelers fans. And this shows you how much of a failure this was. Poll: Steelers social justice efforts were not productive. Post-Gazette readers have not liked the way the Steelers have handled social justice tributes and initiatives in recent weeks, and the margins are overwhelming. Polling by the East Liberty-based Civic Science conducted a poll September 18th through the 22nd on the Post-Gazette's digital platforms. They found that 78% of respondents to an online survey did not feel the Steelers' efforts were productive. Those efforts included a helmet panel with the inscription of Antwon Rose's name and a banner reading Steelers Against Racism. It was held during the national anthem on the September 14th game against the Giants. But this is where it gets wildly revealing. Readers also showed strong support for offensive lineman Alejandro Villanueva's decision to cover Rose's name with that of, and this is where all you people can throw race the hell out the door, when he chose to cover Rose's name with that of Black U.S. Army Sergeant Antwon Cash, who died in the Iraq War. An overwhelming 76% of people surveyed backed Villanueva's decision to honor this fallen U.S. Army soldier. What does that tell you, black and white sports fans? People don't support propping up and celebrating of criminals, especially during their sporting events. Look, most of the country was not raised to do that. We were not raised to make martyrs out of criminals under any freaking circumstances. We are not. The criminals are not heroes where we come from. Antwon Cash, a U.S. Army vet, that is a hero to American citizens. 76 out of every 100 people, that gives you something to think about heading into an election when assholes are burning the country down. Hardworking, common sense Americans are sitting in the starting gate waiting for election day. And it's polls like this that tells you right there, law and order, law abiding. Do celebrate your police, celebrate your military, celebrate your firefighters, celebrate your first responders. But we're not celebrating criminals. Peace. I'm out. Good job, Post-Gazette. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.